know why. Hey everyone. Just figured I'd go live.
And I thought that was a bee.
See how, let everybody know I'm still here.
For what?
Went camping on Labor Day. I did take video to do a upload, but I haven't actually had time to put it together. Why? In my last live, I stated that I was gonna let people know if things were gonna work out well. Right now it's not. I'm actually in the middle of looking for a job, so I've been really busy. Hey Tex, how you doing? I've been busting my butt looking for a job. That's why I haven't really posted anything. So, that's why I haven't put up my Labor Day camping video. But I hope to. If I get a little time, I'll put that video together. We had a lot of fun. And there is going to be something interesting in that video. And I just hope people watch it through to see it. But when I get it up, I hope to get it done here soon. Probably within another week and a half, I'll put it together. Yeah, this week it's supposed to be in the high 70s. And then drop back into the 50s. We just had maintenance here due to wasps and what else? Insulation problems on our windows. So they came and caulked everything, repaired the holes, took down old nests. My neighbors. So yeah. So yeah, we've been dealing with a infestation of wasps just all over our wall between the hours of 10 and 4. So either we're trapped in the house or trapped outside of the house. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. And we have no idea where the main nest is. Little Star, you'd be surprised. I talk to myself a lot. Sometimes I even answer myself, hoping that I come up with the right answer, but not always. And then I have other things. Going on, dealing with friend of the court. That's been a headache and a half. So yeah, it's been a nightmare. Yeah, but Little Star, it's a little more fun being outside, but it's hard to bring my laptop out here because the power plug tends to give me a bit of a shock every time I try to align the plug and put it in. So I tend not to use my laptop. If I was using my laptop, I'd have people join me. Yeah, I got my neighbor out in front of our house doing projects. I'm not sure what right now. Oh, the wasps? No. They checked the different areas. They're not in the walls. They're coming from somewhere else. Because I'm the only one supposedly not allergic, and I've tapped in the different areas where they could be, and they're not in the walls. Everybody else in my house is allergic. My youngest stepdaughter is so allergic that she, if she gets stung, EpiPen immediately, and she'll still swell, and has to run to the hospital immediately because she can still, her anaphylactic is so bad that sometimes even the EpiPen doesn't work. Because they say some of the, hey Brian, you made it to another one. That some of the hybrids we have aren't effective, or the sting is bad enough that the EpiPen doesn't work all the time. So we have to deal with that. But yeah, Brian, as I was just saying at the beginning here, the reason I haven't been on is even in other people's live streams, except for like, I went to Darks for a quick second on Saturday, and then I went to Mach 1s for a little bit, just to see what was going on. It's because I've been busting my butt looking for a job right now. That's why I haven't posted anything. Like right now, I do have a video that I'm supposed to be working on to put up. It's a camping video that I did with my neighbors. We went back out to the quarry and stayed for the entire weekend for Labor Day and had a little fun. And I wanted to put that video up, but I haven't even started on it. So that video is still waiting in limbo to be put together and uploaded. Because right now life is more important than doing my YouTube, but that's just the way it is. I get your guys' notifications and I'm sitting there going, I'd love to watch your videos, but I apologize that I don't. I have so much going on in my life that if I get a second, I'll go and watch it, but usually I don't have time to sit and watch the whole thing and leave a comment. It's been hectic since my last video. That job hunt nowadays is getting harder and harder. Yeah, that's why in my my about page, YouTube is a hobby. Hobbies always come second to life. And it always has. Like I have other hobbies that I do model kits. I have one that's still sitting in its box. I started it a year and a half ago. It's still sitting in its box waiting for me to be able to pull it out and put it back on my desk to start continue painting it. I just haven't had the time to be able to bring it out and continue working on it. Other hobbies, just no, not the time. But I can tell you, if the ones that watch the hiking video with my daughter, Shy or Misty, when we did that first hike of the summer, I can tell you the update to the area. They put in a pavilion on that cement pad with some picnic tables. What else did they do to it? They're getting ready to rip out the outhouses and put in new ones. They cleared out the chopped down trees, and supposedly it's going to be turned into camping areas. What else did we find out from a few people and that are working in the area and people that know what's going on? There's supposedly rumor that they're going to take some of the other areas that we didn't make it to into additional new hiking trails, and they're going to clean them up and make them safer. You take care, Texas. It was nice of you to stop by. So yeah, it's kind of nice that they're gonna make a camping area there, but it's not that big of a lake, and it's not the greatest little lake we have. But I guess it's nice to have a little camping area put in there. And then we got let's see. And then here at home, we got the daily struggles with the internal struggles with family being, I don't normally share family stuff, but my oldest daughter, we found out a little bit, but we're going to have her tested to be sure, but we believe she's showing signs of schizophrenia. And that's a tough road. And we're prepared for, she's also autistic. So we're kind of looking at what we can do to help her with that. So it's kind of been a challenge so far. So like I said, the last couple weeks have been really an eye-opener. But I do these little updates to let people know I'm still around, because I can. Well, at least to let people know I can. No, actually, the psychiatrist doesn't want to give her anything until we see a psychologist. They want to do a baseline to test for what's going on before they actually give her anything. Because she's showing signs of one thing and signs of another, and they don't want to medicate anything until they know what's going on. So at least we have a psychiatrist that's looking at, we don't want to do this without checking this first. The only thing she's being medicated for right now is mood swings, seizures, and her anxiety. That's it. They're not even going to medicate for schizophrenia until we actually get more in-depth check on it. So, yeah. We're glad, even though some days we wish they'd throw a med at it, but we're glad they're not. It's challenging for us, but we gotta do what we can to help her. Praying has been a big help for my wife and myself. Sorry about that. So yeah, we've been doing what we can for her. We try to point out what we can so she can see what's the difference between what she thinks and what's actually happening. Going back in, hon?
Yes.
Go back into safety.
Yeah, no kidding.
It looks clear.
There's just two up there.
They're checking for wasps. Yeah. It definitely is, because my wife's cousin, it took him, she said, they took about, what was it, 5 years, well, they didn't even know it or realize it for the first 4 years of when he started going through it, so it took almost 8 years to catch it. And he ended up institutionalized, but At least rumor was. I don't know. I don't know the details, but some people end up institutionalized on it, but not always. So, as of right now, it's constant job hunt. Spare time, I've been spending a little bit of my weekends playing a little bit of the Xbox One with a friend, playing Destiny 2. But that's only for about 3 hours, maybe 4, through the entire weekend. And then back to digging up more applications. We're still, at this point, we're still actually unpacking our basement. That thing is a pit. That's why I haven't done any recording or hangouts with anybody down in my basement, or jumped on lives with anybody, because my basement is trashed. Because that's, my desk shows a lot of my basement, so I don't want anybody seeing it right now. So yeah, as of right now, everything's okay. I'm just dealing with life. And I hope everybody else is doing good. But yeah, this video was basically to let everybody know what's going on. And that I'm still here. Just not really, I'm not exactly here, but I'm more, the channel's still active, just not as active as I'd like to be. And I don't know how active it'll be once I start once I find a job. That will be determined once I find a job. Things will probably change then too. I know next year for taxes we plan on getting a new camera, and then that will change the format of my page a little bit. So we'll see how everything goes from there as well. So Brian, I appreciate you stopping by. And I hope you have a good week. And anybody else that stopped by or has a chance to watch this, thank you for watching. And this is Poor Youper. And you have a good one. I'll talk to y'all later. Wait. What kind? Give me a second, I gotta think. Hey, Wally! How you doing? Okay. I had to think for a second on what you were talking about. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't own one. Can't have one in the house. Wife has a felony mark. I could if I remove the firing pin, though. But I'm thinking of going back to going back and picking up a crossbow, or not crossbow, not crossbow, but a hunting bow. And going back, sighting myself back in, and relearning so that I'm sighted back in. Yeah, I know. I wish I could, but I manage. Yes, same here, Wally. I totally agree. My gun is my Bible. My Bible is my gun. No, we can't actually have... no, I wish I could have a crossbow. Found out can't even have that because of the trigger mechanism. Actually, Wally, my wife's okay. It's, other than the bone spurs in her feet, she has trouble walking some days. And her fibromyalgia makes it hard to walk and move some days, so that's why I'm trying to go back to work, so she doesn't have to. Because the doctor actually said the bone spurs are almost to the point she's going to actually have to have them cut out of her feet. But yeah, what we're talking about, Wally, was my daughter. We're getting her tested to find out if she's starting to show signs of schizophrenia. And we need to find out for sure. And we've been fighting it now for about a year and almost, actually we've been going on about a year now. And we're finally going to be able to go get some testing done to be able to find out which route to go. Oh, it was a fly. I was like, oh great, now they're going to buzz the van. But yeah. And she's going to be 17 in December. The only thing is her beliefs aren't the same as what my wife and I are. We're Catholic, she doesn't believe the same way we do. So it makes it a little harder. We try, but some days it's not enough. what we try telling her is she doesn't have to be Catholic to believe in anything. She just needs to believe in something more than just what, basically cause and effect. She needs to believe in a higher power that can help her. Because she used to go to a youth group, but she stopped going. And what we're trying to explain to her is that there is a higher power that can help her. She just needs to be able to believe in it. And that it can help her. Yeah, Wally, I totally agree. I was away. I lost my way when I was 20. I was raised Catholic. I moved away from my parents at 19 because they moved to where I'm at now, and now my mom moved back home from where we separated. And I lost my way when I was 23, and I didn't find my way again until just 3 years ago. I'm gonna be 39 this year. Or this coming March. So, I know what you're talking about. I was lost for that many years. And it feels great to be back. God is definitely good. He's been there for me more times than I can count, and I never noticed it until I look back now, even when I thought I was away, that he was still there. So now I'm never going to stray again. Oh, wow. Yeah, I found my way back when my wife and I were talking. After being married for only a year, she looked at me and goes, "I want to become Catholic." And so I went with her, and I went back through the classes with her. And by doing that, it made me realize what I was missing. And the first year she got so sick that she couldn't finish the classes, so the second year she re-enrolled and finished the classes. And before she could be confirmed, we had to have our marriage convalidated. But it is amazing what it could be the simplest thing, or just a random act of kindness that can bring anybody back to God or to God. Because I actually had a friend who didn't. There was a time where my wife and I, we had. I'm not going to say we had a lot of food, but we had enough to get to the end of the month. And our neighbor had no food. We split our food in half of what we had and gave it to them. And they asked us why, and we told them because God what we believe is you help thy neighbor, and explained to them that that's what God would do, and Jesus helped everyone. And we explained we explained different things to them and explained our beliefs, and no, they didn't become Catholic or anything like that, but they did look into the Christian faith. And they actually cried because of the fact we gave up half our food. My wife and I have learned to live off very little. I've had everything stolen from me 3 times throughout my life. I'm not going to go into it, but so I've learned to live off bare minimum. So I'm always willing to help somebody that is in need. If I have something somebody is going to need, I'm going to help them. You know, I don't think I've seen posts by Wally either. I'm going to have to probably go redo his bell. Yeah, I see that a lot, Wally. And it bothers me. Because then you watch them actually only use, like, they get so much and then they just waste it. But keep in mind, Wally, that I don't get on YouTube a whole lot. Because right now I am looking for a job. My family is my main priority. So it'll take me time to go through videos, but I will try to get to your video. What's sad is where I'm at, I've got manufacturing plants everywhere and they're all hiring, but I haven't gotten a call back yet. And I've done factory work for I've done manufacturing for styrofoam, car parts, filing cabinets, pretty much if you can name it, I've probably made a part for it. It's sad. And I did it in a span of 7 years, 6 years or something like that. All through a temp agency. God bless to you, Brian. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, just as you were stopping in, Wally, I was actually about to wrap this video up. But I couldn't do that when you stopped in. I can't do that when another person stops in. I can't stop a video. But yeah, of course. I figured today was a nice day to go live, give an update. It's been a little over a week since my last one, and I had some spare time today, so I figured I'd do a live update and just let everybody know how I'm doing, why I haven't been on. It's been a let's just put it this way, it's been a challenge. It does. But the way I look at it, everything happens for a reason, and it doesn't happen any other way for any other purpose. So I just gotta stay strong. I will find the right job will open up. I just gotta keep applying until I find it. My neighbor, he's at the place he's working at. I know they're hiring, and I have an app in. He's going to talk to his boss to find out why they haven't called me. Because they're hurting for employees. So there is a chance there. It's a guaranteed 40-hour-a-week job, and it's only a 8-minute drive from my house. The pay, I don't care what the pay is. What I care is having a job so I have income for the family. And I appreciate the comment. But yeah. And having him put in a word means a lot. My neighbor, he's been he's become a really great friend to me. He's almost like a brother now. I mean, him and I, when we game together when we can. I mean, we we sit out here for hours on end. Just when we have a cigarette, we sit here and talk for hours. Hey, Granny, how you doing? But yeah, my friend Eric, I never thought I'd find someone as unique as him. Oh, people around here have stopped cutting lawns. Yeah, Granny, it's supposed to be in the 70s. Most of the rest of this week. And then drop right back to the 50s. And my primary lawnmower actually needs a tune-up all of a sudden. It decided to conk out on me. And at the moment, I don't even have the cash to do that because my van needs, put it this way, it's on a half a tank and I have no gas to put in it. That's how bad we're hurting right now, so... And that's why I'm looking for that job. What I hope to do is actually rebuild the carb on my second lawnmower and get that running. Yeah, the blade is dull, completely dull. But if I can get that one up and running, I might have another lawnmower. Nope, both push. One is self-propelled, but the self-propelled gearing quit working. It was a gift from my mom. Actually, both of them were my parents' lawnmowers. They were both given to me at different times. But I decided to keep a hold of them. Because you never know when you're going to need one or two lawnmowers, or sell one for the cash to fix the other. And kind of sentimental. The first one was a gift from my dad. He's like, well, here, have a lawnmower so that you can cut your lawn. And then the other one my mom didn't take with her because where she's living, she doesn't need to cut a lawn because she lives on a housing complex. That's what I'm thinking happened to my good one. Because all of a sudden it starts running it'll run for a little bit and then just runs really bad. And I'm starting to think it's a dirty carb. Because I don't think he ever got it serviced after he bought it. So I think it needs a service. And that's going to take a little bit of work to tear down to get to the carb. Got to remove a lot of plastic. I have carb cleaner and stuff in the basement. It's just time consuming. But yeah, Granny, as I was stating earlier in the video, this is kind of like an update of why I haven't been around and haven't been joining people's lives or anything. I've been... In my last live, I stated I might have news. Well, sadly, at this time I don't. I'm out looking for a job because my wife lost her job for a BS reason. She got injured on the job, and her boss fired her for it. We didn't even want to bother with going through courts and everything for it. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to go back to work. So right now I'm applying to a bunch of factories in the area. One, my neighbor, who you've seen possibly in a few of the videos like Canada Day and stuff like that, my friend Eric, the goofy guy, he's putting in a word at the factory he works at that I applied at. So we're going to see if I can get in there. And then there's a couple other factories that I'm applying at. So hopefully I can get in somewhere and get some income for the home. And hopefully before winter hits. So that... Hi, Freya! You want to say hi? That's my neighbor's daughter. That's Freya. Freya was on live! What, you want on camera again? You want to see yourself? No, with my anxiety, I prefer to do something where I'm not around a lot of people, though. I've thought about doing something like that, but I just don't know how well that would go. The only thing I know I won't go back and do is fast food or I prefer not to be in a restaurant environment because it's, with my anxiety, it'd be kind of stressful. And the other reason, Granny, that I prefer not to do something like that is because it's just, the environment for me would be a little too, describe it, tempting as a alcoholic. It'd be just a little too tempting to want, after, like, before, just want to drink, being around all that alcohol. Hey, Mach 1. I'm doing not too bad. You didn't bring me one?
Yes, I had it in her pocket.
Awesome. Wife comes to the rescue.
They haven't gone back yet? No, not yet. They want to go back to Family Dollar. That's going to take them a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be soon here. You have a good one, Wally. It's great having a chat with you. Hope to do it again sometime.
Come on, leave him be.
Oh, she was happy to be on live.
Oh.
Everybody said she was cute.
Oh, that's how nice. Thank you.
But yeah, here, let's move for a second, guys. Oh, let's see, switch camera for a second. No, to take care of these wasps, we picked up one of these.
Hey, let her go potty.
Hopefully it works.
Her tail's all wagging. She's happy to see Freya.
Right? Yeah, you want to see something cute, guys?
Freya, no, be nice.
Hi, babies.
Hi, babies. She's like, I'm going to go see my baby. She loves Freya.
Yeah, my poodle just enjoys Freya so much.
Out of your mouth, that's Aki. No.
And before she met Freya, my poodle Lily did not like kids at all.
Freya. Get out of your mouth.
She was terrified of kids. Once she met Freya, it was a whole different story. But yeah, up here, the colors have been changing. I don't know about by Wally, but probably have. It's been, I don't remember how long it's been changing, but we've got some bright colors already. So fall's here way too early.
She gave up.
I can't wait till tax time to get the new camera so I can start showing that stuff off.
Didn't work. Come on, Lily. Go potty.
Yeah, what's it like down by you guys?
Go potty.
You have a good one, Granny.
Go potty.
Yeah, how's the color down by you, Mach 1?
Freya. She was just gonna follow her. She's like, I'll just go follow the baby. Oh.
Yes, hi, Lily.
Nope.
Yeah. We have some trees that are already completely changed or in the middle of changing.
No, you're not getting that. Come on. Yeah, right over here. No, we're gonna bring
Here.
behind us.
Switch out.
Right behind us.
Like way over there.
No. Having issues. When I say it's time to come inside, I will grab your chair. Stop.
But yeah, fall definitely came early this year. We already had, what, 3 frosts?
She might be in bed before.
They weren't strong, but yeah.
Yeah. Here. Look what I got.
So yeah, Lily, you're fine. Here, have a foot.
You want another?
Oh. Here, Lily, you're on live.
Why are they over? Are they looking for building materials? How do they find it?
My dog's a camera hound. But yeah, we just got winterized a little bit. We're gonna get a new screen door for our basement, hopefully before winter. Maintenance said they'll come in and replace that. They're gonna also repair our basement drain, hopefully. So it should be a decent, we're hope to be prepared for winter. And actually, if winter's what I'm predicting it to be, I might not be smoking after that. Because I don't like the cold. Yeah. I don't like it either. I'm kind of like my wife. I like the fall, and that's about it, and kind of early summer. That's about the only time of the year that I can tolerate. It's more of the temperatures that I prefer. You still looking for wasps?
No, I was looking at the tree.
Okay.
I was looking at the elm tree.
But yeah. So as of right now, as stated again, I'll just give you the update as well, Mach 1. The reason this video I was in your live early, that little short bit, it was my only chance to get on live or online for a little bit, was just to see what everybody was up to because it was my only chance to get online. I rarely get on YouTube anymore because I'm out looking for a job. And it keeps me really, really busy. Here, set that back up. So right now I'm dealing with that. So that's been consuming my time more than anything. But I do have a video that I hope to get out. I'm hoping in a week, but it's looking like maybe 2 weeks, but it's from Labor Day weekend. My neighbors and I went from the bridge. I'm trying to remember. St. Ignace is a 40 minute drive south of me. You gotta take 75 and keep coming north about another 40 minutes. I'm off the Kinross exit. Who they got bought out by is a company that's very picky about your past. The company they got bought out by is out of Battle Creek, Blarney Castle. Only reason I know this is my wife was working for the gas station before the buyout, and when they looked into her past, because of some little blemish from her past over 15 years ago, they fired her for it. Or they just let her go. They didn't even fire her. They just didn't put her back on the schedule. They said, we don't have a job for you. They're now, well, they're still labeled as Suncoast, but they're actually owned by Blarney Castle. I don't know. We just recently, in the last, 4 months, we just had someone hold up a gas station. I don't know if I want to go through something like that. Oh, trust me, I keep trying to talk to my wife about moving from where we are, and she won't do it. She likes where we are. I've even tried to get her to move back home, and nope, we can't do that. And home is Ludington. I've even tried saying, oh, we could move to Manistee. Nope, not gonna happen. Because then we'd be closer to our family. Because down there we have, I think, a total of, not just our family, but in friend-wise, there's at least, I know of 15 people. Yeah, we have the last piece of family that I had up here moved a year ago. I think it's going to be 2 years this September. My mom moved back home. To be closer to my grandma, which is her mom. Yeah, I haven't seen half my family in a couple years now. That's what I keep telling her. But it's also the cost of getting the money up too. We'll figure it out though. We've figured it out before. I still have there's still 3 other factories I gotta apply to, so one of them I'm really not looking forward to, but gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah, I've applied at I'm not sure what the one that I'm hoping to get a job at, but I've even applied at a place that makes trusses. I'm going to be applying at a place that makes exhaust parts for like Bosch, Detroit Diesel, Volvo, and some other big name companies. So yeah. That's going to be an interesting factory to work at if I get there. Yeah, the company that the company name that makes these parts is called AMI. Stupid flies. Yep, we have a plant right up here in Sault Ste. Marie. And that's one of the plants I'm going to be applying at this week. And that's not the plant I'm not looking forward to applying at, but that's one of the places I'm actually kind of looking forward to applying at. Because that'd be kind of a nice place to work for. Because I read about their company, I've looked into their company, and it looks like a great company to work for. It's been a long time since I've worked on stuff like that, but I still don't have the knowledge. I have factory experience from styrofoam, car parts, because the last car place I worked at was I used to work on making rails for sunroofs. It was called Whitehall Industries. And then I worked for a styrofoam plant. I worked for a company that no longer exists. It was called Street Steel and Wire. They made baskets for refrigerators for Maytag, for freezers, refrigerators, and the department I worked for was the primary department. And when I left, they lost the contract within a month and a half. I left to go to college. Never completed it though. Never completed college. That's my own fault. Had medical come up that prevented that. But no, that factory was a lot of fun to work for. Yeah, it was piecemeal work, but I'll tell you, that company was a lot of fun to work for, and I miss it. That was back in 98, 99. That was my very first factory job. I found my favorite two types of jobs is sales and factory. But trying to get into sales is a pain in the butt, because most sales companies or places, they prefer you to be non-trained or have specific type of training. And because of the training I have, I'm a little overqualified, or they don't want the training I have. I've even thought of applying at dealerships, but then I thought about it. No, because I'll be too tempted to get a car. And then my wife would kill me. The only thing is, I prefer my older cars than my new ones.
You can smell it from here. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Oh, I forgot about that. They do. I forgot about that.
I'll be right back. Hi. Hi. Where's their room? They have it. They're using it right now.
But I don't know if I could do the car life. I'd be too tempted to pick out something a little too, well, it'd end up having to be a van anyway, because our family is more of a van oriented. Me, I'd personally want a pickup 4-door. But that's me. I love my trucks.
You're welcome.
What are you two doing?
Your mom.
Excuse me?
I'm kidding.
Yeah. I know. I could be mean and ask for a manual try to find a vehicle with a manual transmission. No, well, it depends. It all depends. I've managed with our van's actually done really well over the last 2.5 years. But I found out the newer ones, the front clip sits lower than my 2003. Yes, my van is front wheel drive. But the new vans sit lower on the front clip. No, what we ended up having was an F-150 before this van, and we ended up getting rid of it because it ended up having an intake leak, rear shocks went out, and I forget, there was one other goofy issue, and we just said no. Yeah, they do. We actually, they closed, actually, where I live, they don't plow the roads until they plow all the other roads. We're not considered a priority. We're considered a back road. They will come through and plow like 1 or 2 roads, and that's it. And then go and hit all the other major roads. And then once all the major roads are cleared, then they'll plow all the other roads. So it takes forever to get our roads plowed out. Oh, these flies are terrible today. I got agitated by the wasps. Yeah, but they count 2 of the main roads in our on base as county roads. And that's it. And then when they plow them, they do a horrible job. Just hoping my plow guy does a good job this year. My driveway's not as good as it was last year. Well, you have a good one, Mach 1. It's about time for me to wrap this up anyway. Got stuff to do in the house anyway. So, everyone, you have a good day. Stay safe. This is DePore Youper, and you take care.